Hey friends, it's Kate from A Pretty Planscape. I'm here today to plan in my classic hourly happy planner for the week of November 25th to December 1st. I cannot believe it is the last week of November, and there's literally 1 month left to this decade. So that's nuts. Anyway, let me get the pages off the discs and then we'll jump right in. I'll talk a little bit about the kit I'm using as well. Okay, that took a hot minute to get everything sorted out because I am injured and really sore, which we'll get into in a moment. But first, this design here is from a digital scrapbook paper that I got on Etsy. I believe it's called Autumn Wardrobe. I can't remember the name of the store, but it will be linked in the description box down below. So let me start by putting my date dots on and getting the dates down on the pages. And then maybe while I'm doing that, instead of fast forwarding through it, I will tell you guys a little bit about what's been going on around here. So let me, whoops. And if you'll notice, I actually did print the right days this week. And I almost put Monday's date down on Thursday. So close. I actually almost didn't print the right dates, but noticed at the last second before I sent it to the printer. So there's that. Okay, so 2.5 weeks ago, so it's Thursday, November 21st, as I'm filming this. 2 weeks ago on Tuesday, I woke up with terrible pain in what I thought was my hip. I have had hip problems before, and it felt like my hip was jammed almost, and like if I could pop it, it would have felt better, but it wouldn't pop. And this continued for over a week, and then and I'd had it once before and also didn't know like for sure what it was then. And then one night at the beginning of last week, I think, I was Googling. I started thinking, oh, I know what it was. I started to have pain. It wasn't just in my hips and my butt. It was like all the way down my leg to my knee on the right side. And I started thinking, I don't think hip pain, I mean, it probably could cause that much pain, but I don't think that it's going to be the only cause of it. So I started Googling and immediately saw let's see what order I'm going to do these in. Like an image of the human body, and it showed the sciatic nerve, and I thought, oh, of course, like that's what it is. I must have a pinched sciatic nerve or something. So I started taking Robaxacet and Aleve together, which I try to avoid taking Aleve too much because I have an ulcer and it just kills it, but it's sort of like picking which is going to be the worst pain at this point. So I was taking painkillers, and after a few days, it did start to ease up. So I was really happy about that. That was last Thursday. It started to ease up a little bit. And then Friday was a little bit better still. And of course, then, you know, what do? I start thinking, well, I'm probably on the mend, so I'm fine. And I started, I steam cleaned our bedroom carpet that day, which probably wasn't the greatest idea. Saturday morning, I was a little bit sore, but not terrible. And then Saturday afternoon, I was at a friend's house, and I bent down when I was leaving to zip up my boots and felt something go ping in my hip, or like the top of my butt basically. And I thought I was going to die from the pain. My friend actually had to zip up my boots for me because I legitimately could not bend down. Okay, I shouldn't have pulled more than one of these off at a time. And then I was in agony from then on. I nearly threw up while I was driving because, like, away from her house, because it hurt so much. When I got home, my husband had to unzip my boots for me and help me out of them. Like, it was bad. So on Monday morning, I texted my osteopath. I had gone on his website to see if he had any appointments available, and his next available appointment at that point was December 11th. Shoot. And like, I wasn't gonna bother booking it because I thought there's no way. Like, I'll either be better by then or I'll be dead. So I texted him and just said, can you know, maybe keep me on a cancellation list? And he asked if I could do Wednesday morning, which was yesterday. And I said, yes, absolutely. So yesterday morning I went in, described the pain that I was having, and he said, well, I'll need to, you know, verify it by, like, you know, doing some examinations and adjustments, but it sounds to me like it's not just a pinched sciatic nerve. It sounds like piriformis syndrome. And then after examining me, he said, yes, definitely, that's what this is, and explained to me, I had actually seen piriformis syndrome. I'm just going to put my sidebar stuff down while we're chatting here. I had seen it online when I was Googling, I guess when I first was Googling the sciatic nerve pain. And I thought, oh, that sounds a lot like what I have, but it also says it's very rare, and I highly doubt that I'm special enough to have something that, you know, has its own name and characteristics or whatever. I'm sure it's just a pinched nerve of some kind. Well, no, it turns out that it is, in fact, piriformis syndrome, which, if you're like me, you don't really know what that means. So allow me to explain that the piriformis muscle, from what I understand, and I am not a physiotherapist, so don't hold me to this exact definition, but the piriformis muscle is a muscle at the base of the spine, sort of at the top of the hips, that connects to your glutes, it connects to some other muscles I can't really remember, and it is responsible for a lot of the balance. So any movement your hips make, like from side to side, any if you're bending, like it's sort of, it's responsible for a lot of the balance. And the sciatic nerve happens to run either right alongside it or actually right through it in some people. So when the piriformis muscle gets inflamed, it can rub on the sciatic nerve, so it's like double the fun, basically. Okay, so that's what I have. Let's pause the story for 1 second because I think I'm going to jump into, I think I will put, I'm probably going to use this somewhere, but I'm not sure where yet. So I'm going to leave it off for now and jump right into the day-to-day planning. It's not a super, super busy week. And then we'll see. So Monday, the only thing that I think I need to put down right now is that my husband has an optometrist appointment at 6 p.m. So, oh, and I think I'll use, there's something wrong with this camera. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I don't like when it looks as though it's like on a weird angle, like up and down. So I was trying to fix it. Okay, let's get the optometrist appointment down. So he won't be home until probably after 7. So let's just use one of these here. And then I think I've got a little here. We'll just put that there. Okay, one sec. I have to rearrange now, and that takes a minute because I'm sore and numb and tingly in other places. Okay, I'm back. Literally standing up and repositioning myself is excruciating. I cannot wait for this to ease up a little bit. Okay, Tuesday, my mom is coming over for dinner and my husband has pinball. And I think that that's it in like during the day. So let's do, we'll do this one for pinball, and then we'll use one of these colorful ones. So and then I'll use this little one here, just there. Okay, so the osteopath, he worked really hard on my hips and my butt, and like I've never been in so much pain at an osteopath appointment before. Usually things are a little bit tender. Obviously, if you're going, it's not because things feel great. But this was excruciating. At one point, I was laying on my stomach, and at one point, he like pressed down really hard with both hands on like the base of my spine, and both my like torso and my feet came off the bed. It took my breath away. Okay, hang tight for 2 seconds. I want to get some washi tape to mark some stuff off here. Okay, I pulled out a bunch of, I have 1,000 rolls of washi, and I feel like I have none that match the colors that I use in my planner each week. I pulled out the ones that sort of looked like they might match. I think right off the bat, I can take out this one and this one, put them aside. And I feel like that, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's a lot greener than it is blue. But let's just, I'm gonna put some out on the page and see what I think. Yeah, that's way kind of turquoisey for what I want to do. And then there's this one that has blue and like a burgundy in it, which could look like the pink. If I can find the end of it. I don't mind that one. And then this one is kind of funny looking. Like it looks as though it's got, like it's definitely not cut evenly. Which is too bad because that's probably the closest to the pink in here. probably go with this one. What I want to do, I mean, it's nothing fancy. I just want to, I've been marking off each week, like the 9 to 3-ish spot in my planner. Or sorry, 10 to 3, I think. As like working times, because I just want to sort of, you know, set aside that time. And I do still, like I'll rearrange if I have to, but it's helpful for me to see, when I look at my planner, it's more like 10 to 4 really. What times I need to block off. I'm gonna actually do 3:30 because that's when my daughter gets home from school. And I do still do a little bit of work after that. But I don't like to, it's more to like not overbook myself during that time. Okay, so while I get this down, I'll tell you about the rest of the osteopath visit. So he did a lot of work, hurt me like crazy, in the name of fixing me. I don't hold it against him. And then he taped my butt with kin tape. And he said that, oh, how did that happen? He said that I should be feeling 80 to 90% better within 48 hours. And that if I'm not, I need to text him to go back in. So I left, and I was expecting to be sore when I left, and I was. I felt a little bit, maybe a little bit looser, just with like getting up, you know, from a, like standing from a sitting position, has been agony for me, and it felt a little bit better when I was leaving, but driving home was still agony. And then yesterday afternoon, like I honestly felt like I was in more pain than I had been in the whole time. And I think it was a different kind of pain. Like I don't want to say it was exactly the same pain, because I feel like it's a little less nerve pain and a little more like muscle pain now, which makes sense because he worked on my he worked on the muscle to alleviate where it's irritating the sciatic nerve, but still agony. And then this morning, again, like I to get out of bed, I nearly like shrieked in pain because it was so awful. So all that to say that if what he is saying is true, that in the next, like within 48 hours, I should be feeling a lot better by tomorrow morning. Like we're halfway through the 48 hours and I feel worse so far. So it's not a good sign for me. Okay, I've got my washi down. I don't actually know if you can see in this light, but it is, so it's blue / purpley on the outside and then a red line on the inside. I don't know if that's showing very well. But anyway, that'll do for marking my work times. Okay, Wednesday is a release day in my store. So let me, usually I mark that at like, you know, on the actual calendar. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna put it up here instead, I think. So we'll just use one of these. And maybe I'll use the blue one. Oops. Okay. I thought this would be a short video because it's not a super crazy week. but then I decided to tell you guys all my health woes, so it's gonna be a little longer after all. Okay. All right, Thursday is a filming day. And again, like I've always put my filming sticker here. I don't think I'm gonna do that this week because like even so this morning, it's Thursday, I was actually supposed to go pick something up from someone's house at 10 o'clock, which I had to reschedule. But I couldn't actually put it in my planner because I had put my my filming sticker in the 10 o'clock spot, which for some of you might not matter, but as long as the filming gets done on a Thursday, it doesn't matter what time it gets done. So I think I'm going to put it actually like at the 7 o'clock spot, just as a reminder that today is a filming day. And I'll use, what will I use? What have I used here? Let's do, this one. Filming day, and where's my little camera? There it is. So I think I had actually said last week that I was going to redo part of this layout and take out some of the to-do boxes down here, or just rework that somehow. I'm still planning to, but honestly, I have been so sore and so just feeling so yucky that that I can't right now. Like I couldn't do it this week. I could barely get these printed because just sitting and focusing is so hard. Okay, and then Friday is a payday for my husband. I have to edit, and then my daughter has dance. So let's mark down the payday. Okay, editing, I think I'll mark the same way, just here. I'll do it on a blue one. Because editing does take a huge chunk of the day. Especially when partway through videos, I lose my train of thought and end up just sitting there for like 45 seconds to a minute or more. I cut that out so you guys don't have to see it. Okay, and then dance will mark here. If I can reach over, I'll grab my musical theater stickers. There. And that's from 6:30 to 7:30. Okay. On the weekend, I haven't put my weekend banner down yet. I have a deadline this day, and my husband has a race day. So I might just mark both of those at the top there. And I have to do a report that day. So let me mark down my deadline, which I will use this for. And that's for the magazine I write for. And to be honest with you, it's a deadline that I set for myself. The actual deadline isn't until the week after, but I want to try to have everything done that day. And then my husband has a race day, so let's use maybe this one. I'm gonna put the little card down with it. Okay, put that there. Oh, and then I will have to do a grocery order, but we've been doing the grocery orders, instead of me doing them on Sunday night and then picking them up during the day on Monday, either we do it on Saturday and get it on Sunday, or I still do it Sunday night, but then my husband picks it up on his way home. That's what we did this week because, again, I was feeling so crummy. I will probably use the washi to mark off a couple hours during the day on Sunday for work. Because when my husband leaves early, I often wake up and then can't get back to sleep anyway. And I've noticed that I tend to do some work on the weekends, and then I don't, Mondays tend to be hard for me I've noticed, to get really productive and functioning. So, I'm going to go a little bit easier on myself because I'm on Mondays, because I'm doing some work on the weekends. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to put down for now on the days themselves. I did want to use this in the sidebar, but that was more, I was going to do like a full to-do list for the week, just one, and then do something else down here. And obviously I didn't plan for that. So I'll leave it the way it is for now. This week, like the current week that we're in, I've literally used 2 boxes in the whole week. Because so many of my to-do items go in my work planner. Okay, let's get the weekend banner down somewhere, and then I will figure out the rest. That looks like a different color. I think I didn't change the color on the weekend banner. I think it's the same as the current week. Maybe I won't use a weekend banner then. Although I don't have a ton in here. I'll put it down anyway, it doesn't look that different. I'm gonna put it at the bottom. Again, I'm liking that look, so let me reach over on my whiteout and try not to sound like I'm dying in the process. That pause, by the way, was me shifting in my seat and trying not to, like, literally moan in pain. Alright, let's put this down. Okay. Yeah, definitely didn't change the color on that, but it's not that different. All right. Oh, and I need to do a report. That's the thing I missed. So let's do, what do I have there? Let's use, you know what? I'm just gonna write it down here. Okay. Okay, honestly, I think I'm going to leave it like that. Whoops, you guys can't even see it, sorry. I shifted all of my filming equipment over like to the left on my desk, and I keep forgetting that I'm shifted over. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. It is pretty bare, but that's okay. It gets filled in as the week goes, and it is that time of year. I feel like it's the calm before the storm. So, you know, not the end of the world. Let's get it back on the discs. Okay, so there you have it. That is my classic hourly happy planner DIY hourly sheets for the week of November 25th to December 1st. It'll be the last fall spread you'll see in this planner this year, because starting December 2nd, we'll be doing Christmas spreads for the week, for the whole month of December. I really hope that you will give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. And I also hope that you will hit that subscribe button so that I can see you again.